NetCredit is here to say yes, because you're more than a credit score. Apply in minutes and get a decision as soon as the same day. Loans offered by NetCredit or lending partner banks and serviced by NetCredit. Application subject to review and approval. Learn more at netcredit.com/partners. NetCredit. Credit to the people.
In golf, precision is everything, on and off the course. PGA of America chose advanced 5G solutions from T-Mobile for Business for smooth operations and seamless transactions. Together, we enhance ticketing and concessions for better fan experiences from gate to green. This is pro-level efficiency. This is PGA of America with T-Mobile for Business. Take your business further at T-Mobile.com/now.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Who's the Bitch? I'm Kara Clank.
And I'm Jackie Zabrowski, and I'm double that bitch today, I guess. At least I must be, because I just opened up a second coffee.
Yes.
And when you have two coffees opened for one podcast, that means it's going to be off the chain.
You're getting ready to bitch.
I am here to point some fingers and tell some assholes that they are not assholes. In fact, they are the bitch.
Oh, my God. We were just talking about our weekends before we got on the mic, and, you know, Jackie was working for the weekend. I was working for the weekend parenting.
Yes. Do you ever feel like you do have a day off being a parent?
Monday for me is like the best. Like Monday, I'm like, yes, they're back to school. I have my life back. I can start getting stuff done.
Hell yeah.
I mean, look, I like the weekends. I like hanging out with my kids, but it is just like it's wall-to-wall kid shit. Like we're working on this other thing, and we have a friend that keeps going, I'm free Saturday. And I'm always like, I cannot do Saturday.
Cannot.
Night, I can do Saturday. I can go out at night, but I'm like, I can't do the day.
No, trapped.
But we had birthday parties this weekend. We had a birthday party this weekend, some Thunderdome, fucking bounce house where the kids are all jumping on each other and getting mad.
I thought you meant that they were all in cars smashing into each other.
No, their bodies are smashing into each other.
I bet.
But it reminds me of a story you just told me about. That's about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Man.
Why don't you tell us what happened?
Oh, baby. Want to lick him from nip to tip. I tell you what, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, everybody knows he loves his family. Everybody knows he's a good old American dad. But does everybody know that he throws regular birthday parties for his children? Now, let's be real. I don't think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is out there getting the Hello Kitty balloons and the decorations. But over the weekend, he did throw a party for his child that seemed like it was just a normal 7-year-old's birthday party, where it was just some cakes from Porto's. And if you are in the Valley or if you're an Angelino, you probably know Porto's, which everybody knows, because even down to the fact that he ordered from Porto's, and everybody knows that it is a delicious Cuban bakery that makes cakes that are delicious and actually humbly priced.
Yeah.
So even down to the Porto's, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was having such an opposite weekend of any weekend the Kardashians have ever experienced. Because I was likening this to Kara, that I was like, does this make you feel better about being a parent? Not that I'm saying that you're only throwing just some Hello Kitty decorations all over the place, but this is back to back with hearing about the Kardashians putting Louis Vuitton bags in their kids' Easter baskets. So
I just am so against the whole, I am very pro just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because you can give your kids the world, it's like, I don't know. They just care about being with you. You're kind of teaching them that that's what's important.
Right.
And that if you don't top the birthday every single year, that, I don't know, you're a failure, you're failing as a parent, or they did something wrong as a kid. It's like, they just want to be with you and get a couple presents. You know what I mean? They truly,
it seems like so much of it, and I guess, I'm not coming up with new hot takes, but it seems like a lot of it is for the parents, and it is from the parents trying to give them either something that they never had when they were children and trying to push this on them. Honestly, it kind of just reminds me of the fact that when we were growing up, we went to Disney World a lot.
Yeah.
And I remember my father always pushing us to go talk to all of the characters because he wanted us to have the full experience.
Yeah.
He wanted us to have the full Disney experience.
Yeah.
But it would be to an extent that I was like, but we don't want to. We don't want to talk to them. We don't want to do these things. And that, but like he needed it to be perfect.
Yeah,
for us.
like it's not. I mean, there's a way you can give your kids more than what you have that is also not so psychotically opulent and like, you know, it's just
psychological warfare.
There's just so much you could be doing with your money, and throwing your kid a $200,000 party that they will probably never remember seems crazy.
This is the thing.
I don't remember what I did for my 7th birthday. I have no idea.
And also like, I understand, and I think it's awesome that so many people that are parents in my life want to give their children like international trips when they're 4 years
experiences.
old. Like, I think that's awesome, and that like maybe they might remember it.
No international trips until they have a memory.
See, this is exactly, Kara. I was just about to say, because the only thing I remember from a kid of a travel experience is when we were overnight 24 hours on a train and we all had food poisoning. Like the only thing I remember from childhood in the terms of traveling was when it was really, really horrible.
Yeah.
So that's what you're given to you. I'm saying this is such a negative thing. Never take your children anywhere. Never let them smile. You drop them off somewhere to frown and you go have a smile. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's my hot take as a non-parent.
One of the best trips we've taken is just driving up the coast of California and staying at a couple of random little motels and stuff with our kids. Like, they had the best time.
Yeah.
They talk about it all the time. And it was a year ago.
Sweet.
And it wasn't like this opulent trip to like the Four Seasons Maui or like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like some psychotic. I try to give them as much as I can. I try to give them more than I got to, you know, but like,
of course.
Not that I didn't, I got plenty, you know, like, but I don't know. I do love that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson just went low key.
Yeah.
I love that. Because also, you never know if you're going to fucking lose it. Not to bring it back to the Housewives, but there was a housewife.
Please, always bring it back to the Housewives.
On Beverly Hills, there was a housewife named Taylor Armstrong who threw this psychotic, like, I believe it was for her daughter's 5th birthday.
No, not 5th.
This absolutely insane Mad Hatter's Tea Party, Alice in Wonderland, fucking, I think it cost $100,000 to $200,000, maybe $150,000, I don't remember. 6-figure birthday party for this kid. And then guess what? It turns out the dad was abusive. He ended up taking his own life and they lost everything. And then there's this meme that happens now of her, a video clip of her that goes around of her going like, and Kennedy keeps asking like, when are we going to take the private jet again? And it's like, honey, there is no private jet. So in the words of Taylor, it's like, what if you lose all of this? And then this is the life you've set your kids up for. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson will be rich forever, I'm sure. But it's like, still, what if you just taught your kids humility and like, what if you told your daughter, we're going to have this little birthday party at home and then here's $5,000 and you can send it to any charity you want, you know? Like,
yeah.
the money that you could have spent on some out of the fucking stratosphere party.
Exactly. And especially when there's so many other experiences that you guys can have as a family and go do and have together. Yeah. And knowing that Dwayne Johnson did come from not a lot. I mean, and everybody knows that. I think it was like the first thing he did with his money was buy his mom a house. And
personally, I think that some of this comes from people who become rich later in life.
Yes.
I think when you become famous at like 19 or however the Kardashians were when they got super famous, it's like that's kind of why they are the way they are, because they're like frozen as like teens and early 20s forever.
Yes.
But Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was like a full grown ass man when he got famous.
Yes.
So 100%. I think he's like, yeah, I'm not going to do a Louis Vuitton Easter basket.
Exactly. And had been knocked down a bunch. And I do think
literally.
Wrestler talk. Yeah, we know a thing or two about flapping big bodies onto the ground. And that's just me trying to learn how to ride a bike, except I'm not.
Oh my
Kara
God.
and I were talking about me maybe learning how to ride a bike at some point.
I might teach Jackie and my daughter how to take the training wheels off at the same time.
I think that honestly, that might be the only way I could learn how to do it is if I was in direct competition with a 6-year-old and I'd have to show Rosie that I could do it.
I heard, 2 things I'm going to tell you.
Yes.
Supposedly, teaching them on the grass at first is really good because you don't have that anxiety about falling. And you don't go as fast. You're kind of, I mean, like you still have to get the momentum going. So that's the other thing.
Yeah.
But like on the grass, it's like, yeah, you're falling on grass. Also, I believe REI or some major store does a bike riding clinic to get out of training wheels.
Whoa.
And I wonder if they would take adults. Oh my God.
Am I too big?
We're going to shoot this for content. We're shooting this for content. All right.
Am I the bitch for not knowing how to ride a bike?
No.
I guess.
You're not. That's not a bitchy thing.
I live in fear. You should see me on a hike.
I don't know how to do a cartwheel.
Wow,
I can't do a cartwheel.
Oh, wow.
Tried my whole life. Never could do it as a kid. And then now I literally, as an adult, go, I could probably do it. And I did it in front of my husband. He goes, wow. You really don't know how to do that.
You really can't.
Like, I really fucking can't do it.
I would love to see Jared try to do a cartwheel.
I don't think he knows how to either, but I was like, I think I get it now. I'm older and I think I get the physics of it. You get your legs up there.
Get your legs up there. No.
Nah.
But your legs don't go up there. Gravity doesn't work like that.
No, they don't. They don't. I don't have the core strength. I don't know. I see little fucking kids doing 1,000,000 in a row. I can't do it.
They're fearless.
Let's get into our unsolicited advice of the week. This is where we talk about a couple of stories in the news and we give our advice about the bitchiness of it all, and nobody asked us.
Yeah,
okay?
no.
Nobody fucking asked us.
No,
but here we are, a
not.
couple of broads running our mouths.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Nevertheless.
Oh, and you're listening, but is Naomi Campbell listening? I doubt that she is, but don't worry. She has said she's getting too old for the Met Gala, and she has also admitted to having never followed the dress code.
I mean, she's the best bitch. I'm sorry. Okay, here's what I'll say.
I'm terrified of her.
I'm terrified of her. She's otherworldly gorgeous.
Yes.
Like she's just like out of this fucking world, like has not aged since her modeling days. But also, I don't agree with throwing a phone at an employee. I don't think you should be mean to the people that help you work.
Kara, but what if they're bad at their job? You know, what if they didn't tell you that somebody called? And I feel like you gotta remind them.
You gotta throw a Swarovski crystal and studded BlackBerry at their head.
Make a memory in that brain of theirs so they remember
People
to do it.
People aren't going to learn if you don't do physical violence. They're not going to learn. No, I mean, that's the only part where I'm like, okay, Naomi, like don't use your hands, but
what about the fact that there's something
being a bitch, like being bitchy, like she seems so cunty in every interview. I love her.
I'm scared of her. I'm scared.
I think I would literally start losing a little bit of pee if I met her.
If she just looked in my general direction.
Nice to meet you. Like with her British, I mean, the British accent like ups the cunt level like 10 times.
You know what it I would never say that. Could you imagine how she would dress me down? No, Naomi Campbell welcomed her daughter at age 51 and her son at age 53.
Oh.
That is another level of human being.
Yeah.
I feel the fact that Naomi Campbell is who she is and hearing just those kind of tidbits of information that she's 54. So she's got 2 infants right now at 54, and she looks
I
better.
didn't even know that.
Yeah, dude. And she looks better than I ever could imagine to. And that's not even disparaging against myself. I'm just saying she is an angel. And can an angel be a bitch? Yes.
Yeah.
She is usually
I think she's a bitch. And listen, in the context of this exact story that we're talking about, the Met Ball is so up its own ass. The Met Gala, whatever.
Its own ass.
Half the time they do that, they say the theme and everybody gets it wrong.
Yes.
Like when they did the theme camp, no one was campy.
I know, because I was so excited
because no one understood it. They were like, oh, camp is just getting as crazy as you can with as much glitter. It's like, no, dog. Like, it's references. It's like, it's
Easter eggs.
It's subverting reality. Like, I don't know. Camp is a different thing. And so they fuck that up all the time. Half the time, I don't even understand what the celebs are wearing. So go ahead and break the Met Gala dress code. Isn't that part of what the Met Gala is supposed to be about? Disruption in fashion and expressing yourself through fashion?
No, it's about gaining money for the museum, which fine. You know, I want the money. I want the money to go to the museum. I didn't even know that was
what it was for. Okay.
Oh, yeah. They got to pay lots and lots of money to go to the Met Gala. So not only, I just also love the extra cunty layer of she goes, though, like she will not, like Naomi Campbell will not abide by the theme and seems to probably hate it, but still pays to go every year.
Yeah.
And that is also another layer What is wrong with my mouth? My mouth is being the bitch today.
The coffee.
Is it? Do I need to drink more of it faster?
Drink more coffee. Your tongue is not woken up yet.
I gotta wake up daddy, and that daddy's my tongue. She's getting too old for the Met Gala, though, and I don't know if Naomi Campbell, I think that you might just be exhausted from the everything in your life right now.
I think it's also like she says, too, she goes, it's the anxiety, which I completely get because she has lived her life completely under the microscope of people just looking at her physical appearance. You know?
Yeah.
So it's not like she can show up. Like, it's not like she's a character actress who's never done Botox and is wrinkly and everybody loves that. And like, oh my God, look at so-and-so serving on the carpet.
Right now. I have done Botox.
No, I mean,
thank you.
Same. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, any age can go to the Met Gala. It's different to go to the Met Gala as a former supermodel who's supposed to be defying I mean, I'm sitting here commenting on her looks right now, how gorgeous she is. I'm part of the problem. I'm commenting how good she looks.
You are being a bitch right now, Kara.
I'm being a bitch, but I mean, I just do think she's so beautiful. But she does it when she shows up at the Met, it's going to be how old does she look? How good does she look? You know what I mean? It's like, it's not going to be about how creative she got with the idea or whatever.
We'll say she certainly doesn't look 54. I
think she's a bitch, but a good bitch, the kind of bitch I like. I like her.
There is a level of terrifying bitch that not only am I attracted to, which is a problem for me in my life, but also I fear and put on such a level that I'm even scared of calling her a bitch just into a microphone because I worry about her power. Like, I feel like she has some sort of celestial power that she can like throw at me, like, I don't know, like a band of shadows that she has like control over. And maybe I'm just living too much in the world of Bezgayeth, which is it's my dragon story, so you don't understand the shadow wielders, and so maybe I'm just too busy thinking about shadow wielders. And I do feel, though, if there are anyone that has read it, that maybe Naomi Campbell might be a shadow wielder. Just saying.
Weigh in. Please go to our Instagram and let us know if Naomi Campbell is a shadow wielder. Because God knows, I don't know what the hell is going on.
I will say, thank God, Kara, that you didn't go with us because your husband went with us to go see The Sinners. And once it really started popping off, I was like, oh, it's for the best that Kara didn't come see this movie.
And everybody keeps saying how good it is. So now I'm getting FOMO.
It is very good.
I'm just not. I don't think it's for me.
It's not for you. You don't like scary.
Yeah.
And it's creepy.
He was in line for the movie, or in line for the concessions or something, and he saw another couple that you guys went with, and he was like, the girl was like, I can't remember who it was, but I think it was our friend Ash, but like, it was like, oh, I'm so excited to see this. And then he goes, yeah, vampires. And she goes, there's vampires in this? Like, she didn't know. And I was like, you spoiled the movie before.
You spoiled
He was like, it's pretty obvious in the trailer. I was like, oh, okay, I don't know.
It's very vampire coded. So,
but he loves to ruin something.
No, he was such a little cutie.
NetCredit is here to say yes to a personal loan or line of credit when other lenders say no. Apply in minutes and get a decision as soon as the same day. Loans offered by NetCredit or lending partner banks and serviced by NetCredit. Application subject to review and approval. Learn more at netcredit.com/partner. NetCredit. Credit to the people.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
So, okay, the next one. Tell us the next little bit of unsolicited advice we're going to talk about today.
All right, we are going to talk about Tina Knowles. Yes, we are going to be discussing
the
Tina
mother
Knowles.
of Queen Beyonce, who is coming to Los Angeles this weekend.
Oh, whoa.
And everybody is this weekend and next week. And everybody's like selling the tickets in my mom groups and stuff.
For $100 million.
They're actually, some of the prices are not even that bad. I just like don't have it right now.
Yeah.
And like, I'm also, I don't know. I saw the Lemonade tour after, and that was awesome. So I'm kind of like,
imagine. Oh
Yeah.
my God. How do you go? Like after that, it's like, I saw the best. How do I watch the rest? Not that it all wouldn't be amazing.
And Dodger Stadium was so cool, but SoFi's so massive. I don't know. I just don't think I'm going to spend the money for it. But go on. Tell me the story about Tina, Queen Tina.
Yes. Are we pro Tina in this category? I mean, you know my answer. While speaking with Oprah Winfrey, the matriarch author, so I guess we're getting I don't know if we have already received a memoir or if the memoir is about to drop, but Tina Knowles is talking about placing Beyonce and Solange in therapy at a young age. Now, of course, there's much more discourse of this story that we are not privy to, of course, talking about the idea, especially back then, of putting mental health and the Black community that we just can't speak towards. But I wanted to talk with you, Kara, a little bit about talking about putting kids in therapy. I am a person that I started therapy fairly young. I was, a bit of a problem, I guess I would say. I wasn't like to the level of 13 or anything like that. And I'm also currently reading Julia Fox's memoir. I wasn't like that, but I did start therapy fairly young. And it was the kind of thing that was at the time, like in the early 2000s, like you don't have to tell anybody that you do this. Like it was all very hush hush, like something that I was.
I mean, the stigma of therapy has forever been like, well, you're in therapy because you're crazy, which is like the farthest thing from the truth.
Right. And I'm just so openly talked about being in therapy for such a long time that now I forget that still to this day that the stigma is so loud about going to therapy that it hurts my brain. That it's like, but it's like going to the doctor. Are you embarrassed about going to the doctor?
I think it's so great when you're like, you'll just be like, I can't meet then, I have therapy, instead of like, I have an appointment. Like, just openly.
Yeah, I got therapy.
Yeah.
I got to go fix it.
This is a pro-bitch, pro-therapy podcast. So you're not going to get any. Well, I will say, okay, so she did actually just release a memoir last week called Matriarch.
That's
okay.
It was
a
last
memoir.
week. Yes. Okay.
So it's not crazy you didn't hear about it. It just hit the shelves. So she's obviously on Oprah promoting it.
Yes.
I mean, okay, there's two ways you could look at this. Obviously, I think putting your children into therapy, if you think they need it, is perfectly great. I think it's great. I've seen kids go into therapy just temporarily for a specific issue and seen it really help them, like anxiety, or like I had a friend whose kid was really obsessed with death and scared of it and talking about it all the time, really young, and like went to therapy and it worked out great. And
That's great.
And then I think, you can always go back to that if like other issues arise,
right?
Or you can keep going continuously. I don't know what the Knowles girls were doing.
Well, apparently it was like down to the fact that Tina said because they were fighting so much that she wanted them to go both figure out their shit, essentially.
Okay. I mean, Jesus, I can relate to that. My kids don't ever fucking stop fighting. But I'm just wondering also, it's like she is kind of like a momager, right? And they were in the biz young.
Right.
So was she covering her own ass? Was she like, okay, let's put them in therapy now because like this is a tough business.
They got to work on it now.
Definitely smart. I mean, that should be mandated, I feel like, for child performers. They should like have to go to therapy. There should be a third party that is not their parents or their manager or their agent or the director on set that they can go to and just go, I'm having a hard time, or this isn't working for me.
And
so
this
I'm
makes
down
a lot of sense too, because this is when Beyonce was in her early girl group, Girls Time.
Yeah.
And so there was quite a division between Beyonce and Solange, and she wanted Solange to still be treated well. But of course, the girls in the girl group would like talk down and be mean to a younger sister when they would be around, because they're in a girl group. They're doing so much better. So Tina got in charge of the situation and was like, no, you're going to go talk this shit out. You're going to go figure this out. And I love that you're right. I wish it wasn't like a momager doing that. But at this time period, I guess it was more a dadager though, right?
That's true. Yeah.
So maybe that this was the way that like Tina was involved in taking care of the kids in a different way, which good for her.
Yeah. I praise this. I think this is great.
I love
I didn't mean covering her own ass in like a way, but like it's like, if you're gonna, and who knows if you push your kids into the limelight or that's what they want or whatever. But if you are going to do that, you at the very least you should get them there, like have them in therapy. But it's surprising to me because Beyonce's such a robot to me.
I know.
Not that you I don't know the real Beyonce. She could be a totally different person, but she's in her outward person is like so. I'm just surprised. That's all.
Well, and that's the thing, too. Everybody says about Beyonce that she is so professional and so polished that, like, that is that's someone that I don't see as, like, I don't think of Beyonce in my brain like a Naomi Campbell. Like, I don't see Beyonce as someone that could be compared to a me. like she is on a different plane that I could never. And I know we shouldn't put celebrities up onto pedestals, but there are just certain people that bring about them such a, just such a royalty, like, type of atmosphere. And maybe it's just because I am such trash.
Well, but it's who she is. It's also because she's so private. Like, honestly, like Rihanna, huge star, talks about how she loves the housewives. She fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's stuff I can get on the level with Rihanna. I don't know what I would talk to Beyonce about if we were ever like to meet at a cocktail party. Do you know what I mean? Like, hi, how's ruling the world going?
Hello.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, what do you do for fun, you know?
But I would say Tina Knowles, not a bitch for putting her kids into therapy young. I actually think a trailblazer.
Love this.
And people should do it. I mean, I'm not doing it now. They're a little young, mine, but if you can afford it, send your kids. Jesus, it's important.
That's the thing.
Get them started young.
Yeah, dude.
All right, let's get into our solicited advice, our calls, our voicemails. You guys are great. As we mentioned on the last episode, or 2 episodes ago, sorry, our last live stream, we're taking a pause on the live streams for the summer. We're going to be back at you with some more live stream and video content coming up soon. Stay tuned for all that info. But the episodes are going to be just us in the studio for a little while.
You're still getting your episodes.
And you're getting your episodes every Wednesday. So please, if you haven't, tell a friend, subscribe, whatever.
Please, and hit us up.
Leave a fucking review, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't
leave
know.
a review.
Yeah. Only if it's nice. Please don't be like, Kara's voice is annoying. I don't need that, please.
No, please. Our brains can't handle it. Let's just lift each other up and, and send in your own questions to who'sthebitch.com. Just mosey on over. Hit us up. You can leave us a voicemail. You can send us an email. We love hearing
DM
from
on
you guys.
Instagram at Who's the Bitch Who's the Bitch LPN. Yeah, that's our Instagram. So go there.
Come hit us up. We love hearing from you guys. And yes, love the gossip.
I
love the gossip.
So read us this first one.
Got you. You got it. Hey, Kara and Jackie. Long-term fan of the Zabrowskis. Hello. And new huge fan of Who's the Bitch. Quick little polyamory bitch sitch for you. I've been dating my female partner for a year now, and she's in a long-term marriage that is open. Total harmony between her and her husband, and he and I are now equal partners to his wife. But she likes to tell everyone we're polyamorous, when in fact she doesn't want me to date anyone else, but she gets to be with both me and her husband. Admittedly, when we set up our arrangement about who could date or fuck other people, I could have better advocated for my needs. But she insists I don't, while she can get love or dick from either or of 2 guys, which seems like a double standard for a poly person. So what do you think? Is she the bitch for the double standard, or am I the bitch for not being a better advocate for myself up front? M.
Oh, M.
This is
OMG.
Wow, quite a.
I don't know. I mean,
OMG.
This is a tough predicament.
Here's the thing, though. I completely understand, and I'm so happy for you both going into this relationship that you set up front what you decided your rules were then. But the beauty of any relationship, and especially poly relationships, is that those things can change. A person is going to grow and want different things, and any person is in any relationship, and that should be continued conversation that you guys get to have, and come back to the drawing board of, hey, I know that especially what I don't like is the fact that she insists that you don't. When you are clearly already, don't say that you're not advocating for yourself. You are. You're starting the advocation process.
Yeah.
And that's not always like a fluid thing to start. So maybe go back to the drawing board of like, hey, you keep saying that I don't, but this is what I need.
Yeah.
And I'm asking you for what I need, or at least of what you would like to try, because you don't know if that's what you need yet, because you might need the freedom and the communication to have those experiences and to go out and get what you need to go try for yourself.
Right.
And just because you had already made that decision, it does mean that it is possible that your partner does not agree with you and does not want to do it. That does, there is that possibility as well. And you take that and continue that conversation of, okay, well then now I feel it might be a double standard if I'm saying I need these things and you're not willing to meet me halfway.
Yeah. And she can't keep describing your relationship as poly when it's not. You're not like, she's not letting you do the poly part. Especially like, I also kind of want to know, like, does her husband see other people? Probably not. She's not allowing it. But maybe he doesn't want to. So maybe if he doesn't want to, she's got the one monogamous partner.
Right.
And then she's got you, and you're going to be your partner that is, in a relationship with her and maybe other people as well. And I don't think you're the bitch here. I think she kind of is being a bitch, to be honest, because this seems like I'm not even a person that's ever been in an open or a poly relationship. And I'm like, this seems pretty fucking cut and dry to me. Like she's saying what's good for what's good for me is not good for thee, basically.
Correct.
Like
exactly.
She's like not,
and that's not
it
fair.
is a double standard. Yeah. And like Jackie said, total communication. Got to get in front of her. I know that you don't, like, this isn't how it's been, but I feel I need to go start dating a little bit. So how will that work for, like, how are we going to,
how can we make this work together?
Yeah.
How can, like,
would you like us to not talk about it? Would you like to know who I'm going on a date with or know when I'm going on a date? All the rules
and then
that you
define
go through.
the boundaries
Yeah.
that you both decide together.
But the boundary is not that there's a dictator and that it's her and that she gets to make the rules.
No, I really don't like she insists I don't. I really don't. It's like, oh, you're going to tell me how I feel and what I need when I'm clearly saying things that I might like to explore.
Right.
And you're never a bitch for not being a better advocate for yourself in situations like this, because it's also sometimes you need a little bit more of perspective on the situation. It's scary sometimes to advocate for yourself. It's vulnerable to advocate for yourself. And I definitely think should continue to do that in this situation. But I wish the best for you, and please let us know how it goes.
Yeah, let us know. I'm excited to hear, because she's got to let you do what you want. It's not fair.
Or if she doesn't, then maybe that says a lot more about the relationship and what you want in a relationship. That's also, if she's saying, no, you can't, is that a relationship you want to be in?
Totes. All right, let's listen to this next voicemail.
Hi. So, I want to propose to my boyfriend, and we've been together for 5 years, and I want to do it on May 22nd because that's the anniversary of our first date. The problem is that his sister is getting married on June 22nd, and I'm worried that a month is not enough time between those two things. When she was just graduated from high school, she married her high school boyfriend because he was in the military, and they didn't even have a wedding. It was just on paper. And then she moved to another state, and that fell apart very quickly, and he sucked. So that's fine. And so it's been a few years, and the guy she's with now is great, and I'm super happy for her. And I don't want her to think that I'm trying to take away from her moment because we've been together for 5 years. So why didn't I propose to him before now? Why did I have to do it right before her thing? But I mean, I wasn't ready a year ago. I wasn't ready a year before that.
Yeah.
I'm conflicted between caring about other people's feelings and not wanting to take away from her day, but also not wanting to arrange my life around other people and consider other people before me, because it is really important to me that I do it on this day, but I don't want to be a bitch. So let me know what you think, and if I should ask her what she thinks or do it, but just don't announce it. I don't really know what to do.
Okay. This is bringing me back to the wise words of Sex and the City.
Ooh.
When Charlotte is being a bit of a bridezilla and two of the friends are fighting, and she goes, or I think they're fighting, and she goes, "Don't fight. It's my wedding week." And Miranda goes, "It's your wedding day. You get a day." The fact that you are even considering not doing something because it's within a 1 month buffer of another event in someone's life.
You are a good person.
You're a great person, but that is not.
But I understand.
I understand.
I completely understand.
But like, first of all, an engagement is not, it's going to happen. There's going to be a few days of pomp and circumstance where people are texting you and posting about it maybe or whatever. And then it's back to your regularly scheduled program until your wedding comes up.
Right.
You're not getting married the month before her. You're not, you know what I mean? Like,
and you're also not announcing the engagement the day of the wedding.
I see people getting engaged at weddings all the time. That's 1,000 times bitchier than what you're talking about.
Certainly.
If you really want to cover your bases, run it by your sister-in-law.
I would say talk to her.
But I would say, just letting you know, I'm going to propose to so-and-so.
Don't ask.
Tell her. I'm proposing on the 22nd. I'm really excited. It's our anniversary. This is the day I've always wanted to propose. Because the alternative is that you wait until fucking 2026, and that's crazy.
Yes. And I am speaking as someone, I'm trying to put myself in this situation because I am very close to my brother, and I'm also very close to my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
That I imagine that if it was a month before my wedding and Natalie had come to me and said, hey, a month before I want to propose to Henry, I would, and like she told me beforehand, I'd be like, like, yes, yeah. Like, and I wouldn't have cared anyway, but I feel like for me, because I love them so much and I'm so happy for them, and I certainly would never have cared about a month before.
Yeah.
But I also would have I would have felt a little special, and this is maybe
to be included.
So maybe that if you're feeling that way at all, that maybe including her a little bit might assuage any guilt you might have about it.
But if she pops off about this, that's absolutely crazy bridezilla behavior. As someone who's gotten married, you mostly know that we both gotten married.
Yes,
but like the month before your wedding, it's really kind of like. It's like everything's in place. You've hired all the people.
It's not crazy until the week of.
Is crazy.
It's
like the week of is nuts. It's like getting everything together.
Yes.
A month before?
Nothing. Everything's already, it should already, most likely have already been, like the huge things have already been done.
Yeah.
If you already know this far in advance
I was at my bachelorette party getting blacked out. Like, it's like, you're not taking away, like, I'm sorry, I agree. I think you're thinking about other people, but you don't have to live your life around other people either. And this is the date you wanted to choose. I'd say if you want to, you can. I also don't think you have to tell your sister-in-law if you don't feel like it.
No.
I think it's your life. You guys get engaged when you want to get engaged. Also, the other thing is, if you want to get engaged, if you really feel like it might start a bunch of drama at this wedding, if you really feel that, get engaged and keep it quiet.
And don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone.
That's the
Have
thing.
it be your guys' little secret, and you can announce it in 6 weeks later after the wedding. That's it.
If you really feel like it's going to be an
but
issue.
if you want it to be like, some people love that. Some people get married secretly and they don't tell people, and they love having it be this little secret between them and their person. That's great. If you're like, no, I want to get engaged and I want everyone to fucking freak out about it, I still think you're within your rights. Like
100%.
So let us know what happens.
Yes, please. And almost congratulations.
Oh, wait. I forgot that in terms of let us know what happens, we did get
Did we get an update?
We got an update just on the episode from 2 weeks ago with the woman Laura, who called in about having to send pictures of her hysterectomy to this person that started sending harassing messages.
Yes.
So we had told her communication is the bitch, and told her to like focus on working on possibly forming a friendship with her sister-in-law and uniting against like whoever sent the messages. So after she was on our show, she sent a message to her sister-in-law, the bride, and the bride had no idea that any of this had gone down. The bride had no idea that the messages were sent or that any of this had happened.
Maid of honor?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, she thinks it's the maid of honor is the thing. This is confusing to me because she said she didn't keep the text messages. And so she's contacting her phone company to try to get the phone number of who sent them, because her sister-in-law wants to know. She's like, send me the number of who sent those. I want to find out who did this.
Dude,
so it's just interesting. Like, the reason Laura wrote us was because she was like, wow, does my sister-in-law think I'm a bitch? Like that, or like that, was I a bitch that I sent these texts, and like, did I do something to make my sister-in-law think I was overshadowing her wedding with my surgery, which is so
ridiculous.
fucking crazy. But like, the sister-in-law never knew. And this is the kind of crazy event that can absolutely bring people closer together. So I see a friendship brewing between these people.
Yes.
And she said, just because, she was like, just because my husband and his brother aren't close doesn't mean that like me and the sister-in-law can't have a friendship, and that's totally true. So great update, Laura. Thank you for
so
sending
much.
that to us.
Sending you so much love.
Instacart is here to keep you on the couch this basketball season. With pre-game rituals and post-game interviews, it's hard to find time for everything else. Let Instacart handle your game day snacks or weekly restocks with delivery in as fast as 30 minutes. Because it's bad luck to be hungry on game day. Download the Instacart app today and enjoy $0 delivery fees on your first 3 orders. Service fees apply for 3 orders in 14 days. Excludes restaurants.
All right, let's get to our next email. Okay.
You've got...
Hi, Kara and Jackie. Love you both as well as the show. My boyfriend and I have been together for more than a year and it's been great. But last week, he confessed to a lie. When we first started dating, he said he had been seeing a girl named Emily, fake name, but ended things with Emily 3 weeks before our first date. Turns out he was actually still seeing her for 3 weeks after our first date. Him and I were not exclusive after our first date, naturally, and him and Emily were not exclusive either. However, things moved pretty fast after our first and second date, and now I'm just questioning everything about those very early days of the relationship. He admits that it took him so long to end things with Emily because he was, quote, a coward and didn't know how to end things with her. Also, to be fair, he said that after our second date, he only saw her once in person to finally break it off. I know we weren't exclusive, but like, is my boyfriend the bitch here? Not only for lying to me about this for more than a year when he had many opportunities to bring it up, but also for not handling the situation better. I know he didn't know me well on our first date, but I feel like it's common decency to tell someone, hey, I'm seeing someone else. I don't know how to end it. I just wanted to let you know. If I had that knowledge, I would have told him to figure things out with Emily and then text me when he's ready for our next date. I didn't have that option and I feel kind of disempowered by that fact. So who's the bitch, my boyfriend or just the dating world? Thanks. Love you. I have a lot of thoughts.
This is a great question. Thank you so much for writing in.
Yeah. First of all, I follow this dating coach. I forgot her name, but her Instagram is a little nudge. Have I already told you about it? You hate a little nudge?
I love
You love a little nudge? Oh, okay.
Oh my God. Like, you are the one that told me about it. I love relation. I mean, obviously I do the show. I love relationship
It's so great.
advice.
And like, I love her advice. And her name's Erica. And I know what she would say in this situation, which is that you are just dating someone at the beginning. You owe nothing to someone that you're just dating. You owe them nothing. He didn't know you. You had your first dates. He saw this person one other time after your second date to break up with her. He was not lying to you. He does not owe you information about who else he's seeing. Like she says all the time, like people will be like, this guy asked me if I'm seeing anyone else on a date. And she's like, you don't have to answer that. That's just not information you need to give someone on date 1, 2, or 3. That's a question that you ask someone like later when things are getting serious and you're like, I want to become exclusive. Are you seeing somebody else? By the time you guys were moving towards exclusivity, he and Emily were long done. Right. So I don't think you should feel betrayed. And it's hard to, I can't make you not feel betrayed, but I'm just saying like, I don't think he handled this incorrectly. I think it is hard to sort of end things with people. And he was figuring out that things were leading somewhere with you and probably stagnating with Emily. And we all have busy lives. And when is he getting around to contacting her and saying something to her and sparing her feelings and not just ghosting her or telling you, hey, I'm seeing this other girl named Emily, but she is gone now. I just like you. I mean, is that a guy you would have been attracted to?
I guess my question for you is also in this conversation and finding out about this, was it the kind of thing that your boyfriend, like he kept thinking of a good time to tell you that it had happened? Or was it the kind of thing that it happened and then he just never thought about it again? Like, my question is, why did he wait? And where my brain would have a hiccup is that, like, but why did you wait a year to tell me? And I feel like, as I might be picking that up from the person that wrote this in, that I would have a lot of issues with that of like, if you straight up like, oh, I just like wasn't thinking about it. It was because like I was so excited about you and I wanted to get rid of her and I just wanted to continue on with our relationship that you just didn't even think about it. I feel like I would be more understanding of like, oh yeah, you just if something's not right in front of your face, and it's also something you don't really want to deal with, especially a breakup or something like that, you kind of just want to move on and keep going, especially when you're excited about another proposition, like another relationship.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm so curious as to if you asked why your boyfriend waited a year to tell you.
Or did this conversation just come up after a year where you were like, wait, well, how many times did you? To me, it's like a bunch of logistics that are just not. Why are you worried about this? You said you guys have been together for more than a year and it's been great. Why are we focusing on the early days? Like the early days, people do so many things when they don't know. Dating is awkward. Getting to trust and open up to another person is awkward. Like to me, I'm like reading into this maybe I'm totally incorrect, that a year is when my husband and I broke up. A year is a fight or flight time in a relationship.
Yes.
So are you having like other insecurities in the relationship perhaps, and you're kind of looking back at like little things you're perceiving to be lies or deceits or something like that because you're having other sort of misgivings or hesitations about the relationship? Again, maybe I'm totally reading into it because you literally said it's been going great. So I'm only I don't think it's a lie because he didn't.
They were both not exclusive.
Yeah,
that's where it's like, well, if it would be one, I would also feel very differently if he and Emily had been exclusive and this had happened, but neither one of them were exclusive. So
he did tell a specific lie now that I'm reading it back.
He does.
He specifically said, I ended things with her 3 weeks ago before we even met. And now you're finding out that actually it took 3 weeks into your relationship for him to actually end it. It's such a,
I'm just saying.
He definitely, like, I think, I wish he knew that he didn't have to lie about it.
Yes,
it's not weird to
you don't
say.
have to lie.
It's not weird to say, oh yeah, I'm dating other people, but I love what's going on with us and I'd love to keep working on it. And then when you guys talk exclusivity, obviously he won't be seeing anyone anymore.
Yeah, because I definitely may have done a zhuzh of how something that was long distance ended in the beginning of Jeff and I dating, but we openly talked about it, that I was like, I don't know how to end this thing. It's a long distance thing and I kind of just want it, but I was very open about what was happening during it. So
I've told you, I have a friend who was living with her ex when she met her now husband. It was completely out of necessity because he hadn't had time to find a new place yet. And I don't think she's ever told him that. And that's not something he needs to fucking know at this point. It was like a life thing that was I don't consider that. I don't know. I just don't think, I do think it's sucks to find out that somebody kind of told you a little fib at the beginning of the relationship, but he was getting to know you. And to me, it's a very low stakes fib. If he has not been lying to you to a significant degree over the year that you've been together, if you haven't caught him in other lies, there's nothing that leads me to believe this is part of his personality and that he's just like a lying bastard, Yeah. I think he was just probably trying not to make you think that he was out there seeing a bunch of other girls because he liked you a lot.
It's just the dating world is so difficult. And I think that's why weirdly, which I feel like I don't usually feel like I'm giving your boyfriend the benefit of the doubt here, that I'm
I know. And look, I hate to give a man the benefit of the doubt.
I hate it.
Boy, do I hate it.
Oh, I hate it. But there is but in this instance, when you get so excited when you first find that you're you have a great date, the fact that he only saw her once to break up after your second date because he was so excited, that I do feel that when you're, especially in the beginning, you get so excited. I don't know how old you guys are, but at least for me, I was in my 30s when I first met Jeff, and I was like, oh my God, he's good. Oh God. I was so scared of scaring him away.
Yeah.
And I was like, please don't, everything is fine. I am normal. Everything is good.
Obviously, if you are taking this as a lie and you feel sort of upset by this. So maybe he could tell that kind of thing about you from the beginning, that you would have been maybe sensitive to him still dating someone else as things were getting quickly progressing between you two. So, because it's were you grilling him on all the timeline? When you guys were first dating? Because I don't understand You know, it was like, okay, so
Yeah.
you were seeing Emily, but it ended 3 weeks ago. Okay, got it. Like, and then you made a mental note of that, and then he's like, fuck, I can't go back on it now. But he broke up with her very quickly, which means he chose you very actively.
Yes,
and I think that's kind of all you can ask for. And he told a fib probably because he was scared of fucking it up, as we all do at the beginning.
but find out more and let us know.
Yeah, like I mean, but I don't think he's a bitch.
No,
but I do think the dating world is a bitch.
Always. That's usually the
and I hope that there's not like other things that you're like getting, that you're kind of looking for something to be mad about with him. Because if you're happy with him,
like you said, if this is like what breaks the camel's back, then I would understand. If this was a final nail in the coffin, I would also be like, all right, I'm done.
The beginning of me and Jared dating was just like fucking stupid miscommunications and fights and all kinds of crap at the beginning. It's like I would just
know each
sort
other
of
yet.
you're only into, it's only been 1 year, and like I would just say if it's overall going well, like I wouldn't focus on these kind of things again unless you're seeing a pattern of lying.
Right.
But you don't say that in this, so I don't think that you are. But let us know what happens.
You.
Yeah, thanks for writing in. All right, another voicemail.
Hi, Kara. Hi, Jackie.
Hi.
I am calling for your input. I don't think I'm being the bitch. My husband thinks I'm being a little bit bitchy. I think the neighbors are being a little bit bitch, but to get into it, so we just recently moved into a really great place. I love it. It's exactly kind of what I wanted after being in a nightmare apartment. And we have a toddler, 2.5-year-old, and they're in the complex. There is 2 other little boys that are around his age, so it's great. He has some playmates, and I don't want to complain about that. Where I feel like I may be the bitch here. So I work from home. I work until, in the later afternoon, and my son is home with me for most of the day. And he's cooped up, so I like to take him outside on days where the weather allows. And the 2 little boys, in most occasions, will hear him playing and come out and play with him. And what annoys me is that I am always the only chaperone or the only parent. And so I spend about an hour and a half of my time supervising all 3 children as they're playing and making sure they aren't getting hurt and, answering little toddler questions that they come up with.
God.
And just being around
the never-ending chatter
for a good portion of my day. And every once in a while, the moms will come out and check on them. There's been also times where, like, I bring them out and the kids are already playing. And once I come around, the mom's kind of like, go back inside and wait until I basically have to knock on the door and be like, here's your child's back. I have to go back inside and make dinner or get on with my life. So I just found it pretty annoying that for some reason I have become a babysitter and have to put up with 3 toddlers. And I love my child, but other children, sometimes it's questionable how much I like them. Yeah, so I don't know who's being the bitch here. Is the mom being the bitch? Because, there's times where I would like to stay in my house, maybe have a little bit of a break. And it's just gotten to the point where I have found myself not wanting to take him outside, even though it's what's best for him, because I don't want to become the babysitter. And I don't know, what do I do to kind of address it? Is there a friendly way for me to address it with the mom to be like, hey, can you guys come out here and watch your kids? Or can we switch off? Or can we come up with some situation or something to benefit all 3 of us? Because I get it. We're all moms. We're all tired. And we all probably don't want to be watching other people's kids. But at the moment, it just doesn't work. Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling, so I'm going to cut off there. Yeah, look forward to hearing from you guys. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. I love this call because I have been tricked into babysitting people's children multiple fucking times.
I bet you have.
But then there's also times where I'll be sort of like at the playground and having a conversation with someone and I see that another parent's over there and I'm like, well, they seem like they've got it, but I'm there still.
Yeah.
So okay, this is the thing. They're taking advantage of you.
Yes.
They're the bitches. They're completely taking advantage of you. This is not, there's kind of no question about it. Okay. they're doing it because you're letting them, like you're not saying anything. What I would suggest you do,
I love this. I'm ready for this. I'm strapping in.
It's great that you have this. It's great. Like I remember, like when I was looking for houses in LA, one of the big selling points were like when I was looking at townhouses and stuff was like, oh, there's other kids right there. I was like, oh, that's great. My kids will have this like little cul-de-sac. So I would say it's great that they're going to have these little like cul-de-sac playmates for like the rest of their, like for however long you live there. And it's wonderful. They're going to like grow up and be little besties. You need to go to the moms and organize a fucking situation, like organize a schedule. Yes. You need to be like, oh, hey guys, I was thinking we could do this from 3 to 6, like 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and 5 to 6. There are 3 1-hour slots, and we all take one of those slots and watch the kids, and the rest of the time other people can get like their chores done, stuff like that. I would love to do that. What do you guys think?
That or like different days out of the week, right? Or like, or I do Monday if you guys get Wednesday and the other one gets Friday, and you each take a time, you know?
Yeah, like there's so many ways you can do it, but I think you need to like go to them and be like, let's figure out an actual schedule, and maybe at first don't even bring it up. If they say they're not interested in that, bye-bye free babysitter. Start taking your kid to a playground down the street. Yeah. Seriously. Like that's just, you cannot keep letting them do that. That's really, they're taking advantage because you seem like you're down with it and like you aren't, because you don't even like other people's kids that much, which is totally your prerogative. And they might be saying to themselves, she seems like she's having a great time. She seems like she's loving hanging out with all these 3 kids. No. People do this kind of shit way too often where they just like dump their kids on other people and it's not allowed. Like I've been tricked where someone's like, oh, could you take my daughter to this birthday party because I'm working, my husband's sick. I'm like, of course, I'm happy to do that. Then they show up at the end of the birthday party. They've been out on a date. And they're telling everyone about it. And I'm like, you just had me watch your kid for 3 hours while I was alone at the birthday party with my own 2 kids. So I'm watching 3 kids at the birthday party. If you had just
said, I want to go on a date, it's like, we can also figure something out. You also don't need to like.
I would have said no.
Yeah.
I would have said no to that. Yeah. Sorry. I would have said no. Like I was saying here because I didn't want this girl to miss out on the party.
Yeah, of course.
Because her parents were sick and working.
Yes.
Not because they wanted to reconnect. Deal with it. Like pay a babysitter. Like I just think having somebody go with Kara, go with like so-and-so is just not, that's just, they're getting away with what they can get away with. And I get it. We are all busy moms. So you need to formalize the arrangement. You need to figure it out with logistics.
If you want to 25% up the bitch, like if the parents say no and they just expect, and like you don't have the time to schlep your kid to a playground, just start Venmo requesting them for their babysitting services afterwards.
Yeah.
Just start sending them a Venmo request for
That's
$30
so passive aggressive.
Oh, this is the thing. I like giving advice on this show, but if you ever want the real bitchy passive aggressive way, I do usually have them in the back of my brain because I'm always like terribly struggling to not be passive aggressive, because as someone that used to be a bully in the past and also was raised in a passive aggressive household, oh baby, I can run with the wolves.
I got it.
But that's only if you have to, you know?
Yeah. Like people will get away with what they can get. People will take you for anything they can get away with. So certainly. I think you just need to put your foot down but what I'm saying is don't even be aggressive about it at the beginning. Like try to set up a situation where it's like,
you work together.
I was thinking since our kids love to play together in the afternoons that we either divide up the hours or divide up the days. And what about that? Like, and if they're like, that's not really going to work for me. It's like, well, it's working for you fine. Like that I'm watching your kid for free. So then I think you just pull the plug and we'll see if they come back to you and, and want to do it.
Up that bitch.
Yeah.
You got this.
Up that bitch. You got this, bitch. Let us know what happens. Okay, let's do one more because this one is about Mother's Day, which is creeping up on us. And I wanted to get into it. So, Jackie.
Got you.
You got.
Hi, ladies. Just found the pod and I've been binging. Love it. Love you both.
Thank you. We love you.
We love you too. I would like to know who's the bitch of Mother's Day. Ay. Spoiler alert. It's probably all of us. My son is 10 years old now. And for my first Mother's Day, he was about 6 months old. He's the first baby on my side and last on my husband's. So he was the center of attention. That first Mother's Day, I went through all the motions of years past. We went to my mom's house to celebrate her, then to my mother-in-law. mother-in-laws. Of course, they got me little gifts, and it was in theory a celebration of all. We got home, and it was a very long day of traveling to multiple households with a baby, and I just felt deflated. I was the brand new mom, and there wasn't any effort to celebrate me specifically. I honestly didn't think, oh, now I'm a mom, so this is for me too, until after everything. Ever since then, I've resented the holiday and don't expect anything. This year, I've prompted my sisters to make a plan to get together with my mom. I knew if I didn't, I would eventually get the text from my mom that we don't have to do anything. It's no big deal. Insert boomer mom who was fairly emotionally abusive throughout my childhood. Undertones here. Both moms are the traditional kids bring the grandkids to me mindset. I hate this, as frankly, we are the busy ones. Last Mother's Day, we went to my mother-in-law's, and she then just complained about how all of her kids and how they never show up. This behavior from both moms is constant. I'm kind of go along to get along for all these types of things. I kind of just want a Mother's Day for me. My sisters are moms as well. I think we should all get this day and not have to plan. But if none of us plan something, who plans something for my mom? Should her husband? Some people get the birthday blues, but I get the Mother's Day blues, as I feel like people should make it special for me without having to do or plan anything. My husband does always get me a nice gift and would totally support whatever I want to do, but he likely won't plan anything special either. Interested to hear your thoughts. Love, S. P.S. I accidentally typed in Who's the Butch when looking for the website and can't stop thinking of an alter ego podcast hosted by a couple of self-proclaimed butch ladies. I'd give it a listen. I would
giving people ideas for cheater brands.
I love this.
Who's the Butch
Who's
is
the
a
Butch?
great offshoot. Okay.
I love that.
I love this email because
Yes.
this is so, I know exactly what you're talking about because first of all, my first Mother's Day, I was like, why is everybody texting me? Like I thought about Mother's Day as like a holiday for old moms.
Old moms, yeah.
Like I just didn't think about it at all. And that was kind of like my first year Mother's Day was when my situation is different where I live across the country from my mother.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
And my mother-in-law. So, but my thing with Mother's Day is it's my fucking day. I do whatever I want.
Good for you.
If I feel like having breakfast with my kids, I'll do that. And then I go have the day to myself. I typically usually go to a pool and drink with a friend.
Love
That's what I do
that.
most Mother's Days. Okay.
With another mother or
with
someone
another
that-
mom.
Okay.
With another mom. But, hey, non-moms are invited.
Oh, okay.
But
all right.
it's just I've always done that every Mother's Day, and then I go in on my siblings with sending my mom flowers or a gift, and help my husband organize sending his mom something, and that's that.
Yeah.
You got to decide what you want your Mother's Day to be. Your kid's 10 now, girl. You've been doing this for 10 years.
Yes.
You can say, you know what? This Mother's Day, I'm taking the day for myself.
Yes.
Bye.
Yeah.
You don't need to worry about your mother and your mother-in-law. You can send them a little gift or send them a text or whatever you got to do so that you quote unquote showed up. But it's your time to do what you want to do on Mother's Day.
Maybe this is the year you start a new tradition.
Yeah.
And the new tradition is you do what you want on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And to let your mom know, exactly, like you said, you can still celebrate them, send them something, but it has to stop. Like at some point, the cycle has to stop.
Yeah.
This is the problem. And then they just expect it to be the same every year.
It sounds like a nightmare going to two different moms' houses
Every Mother's
and
Day.
boomers and listening to them talk about how much their kids
Schlepping
don't
the
do anything for them
kids.
while you're currently doing something for them.
That or whether the week before or the Sunday after, it's like, all right, mothers, you'll get your Mother's Day and I'll give it to you so I don't have to fight. And then the following Sunday is your Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Maybe that is the day that I don't know what your name is, but that is the day that S gets celebrated.
Yeah.
It is S's day. And maybe it's always the Sunday. Maybe it's always S's Sunday, the week after Mother's Day. I'm just saying, as someone that, man, it's just so much easier not to buck them sometimes. And that's saying that is the passive, again, I guess I'm taking a passive-aggressive Jackie back seat today. That is the passive-aggressive way of going about it because I understand where you're like, I'd rather just not deal with the fight because then I'm just going to be fighting all day on Mother's Day.
I'm sorry, but I think it's kind of like selfish of your mom. Like,
yes.
If your mom or your mother-in-law, if you say, hey, I'm a mom too, and I decided that this year I'm actually going to a spa, I'm going to get a fucking massage, I'm going to go drink at a pool, I'm going to go to a park and read a book on the grass by myself. I don't care what the fuck you want to do. You don't even have to tell anyone. You can just say, I've decided I kind of want to do the day to myself. If anyone says anything to you, what is their reason? You are a mother and it is Mother's Day. You can do what you want.
You're right.
You've given them enough Mother's Days. You've given your mother all the Mother's Days of her life that you've been alive. And your mother-in-law for as many years as you've been with your husband. It's at least 10 because it's at least the 10 that your kid has been alive. This year, 2025, is the year that S has a fucking Mother's Day.
Hell yeah.
Go do it.
We support you here.
You're not being a bitch. Especially knowing you have siblings. Kick it to your siblings. And like, I don't even know if your siblings have kids, but again, get on a schedule. Go, I'm not handling Mother's Day this year. I'll do it next year. And the year after that, it can be other sibling.
Yes.
But someone else has to do it this year. I'm not handling it. I'll Venmo whoever needs money for the flowers or whatever, but I'm not going over there.
Also, I will say, I feel like at some point, which it is so funny with boomer parents, where it's like, I feel like it was always on us, but in reality, shouldn't a partner, like if a person being celebrated on Mother's Day, if you have a partner, it does fall to the partner to make sure
that's another thing
right?
too. That's another thing too. I have a lot of friends who get very disappointed by their husbands every Mother's Day. A lot.
Which
this
is also,
a
we talk
epidemic.
about this all the time. You have to talk about what you want so they can get what you need and what you want.
And that's one of my friends she's been so upset. She's like, every year my husband just doesn't do anything special for Mother's Day. He drops the ball every single fucking year. But also I don't tell him what I want at all.
Which
and this and that. And it's like
nowhere.
Yeah. Like I tell my husband, I go, I don't really want anything. If he wants to get me flowers or something, fine. Like I tend to think they're a waste of money, but whatever. The gesture is nice. I'm like, if you want to get me a little gift or something, that's fine. But also, you're just going to watch the kids all day. That's my gift. I want a day to myself.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's all you need.
But that's me. Maybe you want fucking roses and breakfast in bed and all this shit. You got to tell your partner that that's what you've always dreamed of in your Mother's Day.
Yes.
And quit the guessing games.
Go get it.
Go ask for what you want.
Yes, go get it. Because
You know?
I feel the same way too, where it's like, I think 10 years ago, finally, I was like, I don't know why I always send something to my mother for their anniversary, like your parents' anniversary. I'm like, that's y'all's anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
It's not my anniversary. Why am I sending you something? But not that even my mother expected. It was just kind of what we always did.
You did that.
And then I realized it's like things like that. That's like, no, that's between you two. So you two should
yeah.
be celebrating it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, that's not me.
Yeah, I
know
just
you
think
made
it's
me,
like
but-
at some point your mom has to realize like my mom does not get a brunch with all of her kids anymore. She did for 20 years. And she doesn't get that anymore because we've all grown up and we have our own families and we're far away. If my siblings are around, the ones that live near her, they'll take her out for brunch. She doesn't get like a full everything, every kid, you know.
Don't worry, they still expect it though
town.
if you don't have children. If you are an adult and you don't have children, they
Jesus.
do expect it. But
It's just like, you know, I like, here we are. We're like, say what you want, but also tell your mom to fuck what she wants.
Yeah,
like,
but
I don't
that's
know.
not, you know.
I just think it's been 10 years, girl, and you owe yourself a good Mother's Day.
just
And I hate
deserve
that
it.
you have dread around Mother's Day because for me, I think of Mother's Day as like, I get to go chill and be at a pool and hang out and have a little bit of me time. And
I hope you get that this year.
I
You're
hope you
going
get
to,
that.
S. You're going to get
I
it
hope
this
you
year.
get that.
All right? Hear our cries. All right? You deserve it. Go get it.
And
then.
happy Mother's Day to everyone that's a mother listening. I know
Yes.
we have another episode before Mother's Day even comes, but now's the time. Okay, Mother's Day is in like 2 weekends.
Yes.
Start setting the stage for what you want the day to look like
also
for you.
sending love, and that includes people that have a lot of issues, and I understand about Mother's Day
Because
or
they've
Father's
lost their
Day.
mother or father. Yeah.
Talk to your friends, talk to the people in your life about what you need on that day.
Yeah.
Just getting a little bit of support if you need that in any way. It is a difficult time for many people too. So remember, we just got to be there for each other, everybody.
Yeah.
It's a difficult time within a huge difficult time. So we just got to be good to everybody and support each other.
Yeah. And we're here for you. Please go to who'sthebitch.com. Email us, send us a voicemail. We'll be back with another glorious episode next Wednesday.
You're damn right. And so don't miss us for too long because we'll be in your ears.
And don't forget, Bitchlets coming at you weekly on Instagram. So if you've sent in something, we might put you up as a Bitchlet. So check out our Instagram, Who's the Bitch LPN.
Hell yeah.
We'll see you next week, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.